Okay, welcome to our Transmissions Trips to the Store video segment. So we're going to show you all the cool stuff we got this week that's Transformers related. And if you're curious, there's more to listen to on our podcast, and you can check that out at www.transmissionspodcast.com. And you definitely might want to check this episode out because we have a special guest, and that is artist extraordinaire Casey Coller. And he has actually joined us here for the video segment.
Hello.
Hey.
So, Casey, since you're a guest, why don't you start off and tell us something interesting that you've picked up recently?
All right. What I have, like I mentioned on the podcast, I haven't bought any toys recently, but a friend of mine who's a pretty talented customizer, he goes by the name of Aladromo on TFW. He made a gift for me, which is a Generations Orion Pax, which was repainted as Cup. So let's see if I can get that into view there. Pretty sweet figure.
Oh,
He
That looks good.
is that a Cygar?
Yeah, it's the iGear head. I actually bought the head and sent it to him, and he bought the Orion Pax figure and painted it up to look like Cup.
Nice.
Pretty sweet. So that's what I got.
That's
Very
a lot
awesome.
better than the official cup that came out a while back.
Yeah, totally. I like him a lot better than that one. But if you guys are into that type of thing, go on the TFW boards. His name's Aladromo. He's done a bunch of cool stuff. He made an Ironhide for me out of I think it was a Hulk, the Marvel crossover thing, a Hulk figure that turned into some big truck. But he took an Ironhide head and painted it all red. Looks really cool. But anyway, this is my
Nice.
figure that I'm sharing.
Cool.
Boom.
Nice.
What do you guys got?
Yeah, Darryl, why don't you keep us moving here?
Okay, let's see here. I've got a pretty big list going here. So let's see where to start.
Show mercy, Darryl.
Yeah, right. I shipped my BBTS pile of loot, so I got this one here. This is Fans Project Diesel. It's the box is empty. That's because I went and started putting the thing together, and here is my togetherness. So that's Fans Project Manosaur. Hopefully you can see it all.
That
Awesome.
kind of ties
Huge.
into the comic we looked at.
Very nicely, yeah. So that's he's big, he's heavy, he's extremely posable. I love this thing. It's insane. It's just so cool.
That looks nice.
Yeah.
Does his gun stick to his thigh magnetically?
Not magnetically. I might be able to peg it in somewhere though. Let's see. What else here? Next on my list, I got Armada Starscream. So, in the BBTS box, the US packaging, I got the comic, which was More Than Meets the Eye number 22. So, yeah, this is really a very cool figure. I like it a lot. I think the Takara version is going to have a better paint job than this, but this was really cool. I liked it. So, definitely pick this up if you get a chance. The next one I had was a little third-party add-on. This is called Omega Launch. I've already done a review for this, so the link for that's going to be in the show notes there. But it's just a small little add-on for launchers for Masterpiece Prowl. So you give him, shoulder rockets there, and he looks really good. He also comes with stickers, if you can notice there. The stickers on his shoulders and whatnot, they don't come with them, so that's pretty cool. And then these ones are the ones that also fire, and they're not fire is the wrong word, but they do come out, so you can pull them out there, and it's really cool. I like this set a lot.
Are those the guns you and I were talking about on a previous episode where it's supposed to use like a we made a joke about it, the ball fitting down the shaft and popping it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Are you disappointed with it?
No, actually, I'm not. I'm actually pretty happy that there's no spring in there because I mentioned it in the review that if you were to grab the figure, like if I had this on the shelf and I went to grab it and I accidentally hit the launcher
Yeah.
and it just fired these things off into nowhere, and I lost one, that would be a huge pain in the ass. So I'm actually really happy that these things are the way they are, and if you wanted to actually play around with them, you physically got to take them out of there by hand and move them around. So for collectors who just want to sit these things on a shelf and make them look cool, that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
All right, cool.
Another thing I got was we were talking, one of our interviews a number of weeks ago now was with Echo Transformer and his third-party add-on kit with the help of X Transbots came in, and so this is the Fall of Cybertron Bruticus with all the parts, and it's awesome. It's really good. I know the lighting down here is terrible, but yeah, he's really good. Very sturdy.
How much does that kit run?
$55.
That's not bad.
No.
Is that what they call Boosticus? The Boosticus upgrade kit?
Yep, that's it. It's the Boosticus retail kit, and yeah, it's really good. Really good kit.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll do a review on this one once I figure out how to put it into the trailer mode, because all those bits combine into a trailer too, right? So, and that's just phenomenal. I have no idea how he managed to do that. And lastly, I did get to my comic book store, and I picked up Nick Roche's Death's Head 2 comic, and I read through this, and I didn't read any of the UK comics, so I read through this front to back and had absolutely no idea what the hell was going on with Death's Head. But it was a good story. It was kind of funny. I liked the time shift back and forth that was going on. It was neat. So for having no concept of the character going into it, I found it pretty entertaining, and the art's fantastic. Nick Roche did a very good job. And,
are you going to continue picking it up?
Well, it's just a one shot, right? So yeah, it's just one book. But yeah, it seems to be the Revolutionary War is what it's about. Some kind of thing Marvel's got going on now, and I probably will be done with it. I'm not. It's something to do with Captain Britain and all that stuff. They're just characters I'm not really familiar with, so I'm just glad I got the one. And the last book I grabbed this week was Dark Cybertron Chapter 9, Robots in Disguise 26, the Casey Coller cover.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Yeah. Pretty damn good cover, this one.
Thank you.
No
It's
problem.
all Joanna.
Yeah. No, it's very good. We reviewed this book last week, but no, this book was very good. I went to the comic book store with my friend Dog Cates, who loans me a lot of figures and is a real good friend of the show. And I watched him sit there and buy 4 copies of this book. So,
Oh wow.
So he's a real big fan.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Did he buy all 4 Casey Coller covers, or did he mix it up?
He mixed it up. He got one of Casey's. He got 2 of the Whirl covers, and he got one of the retail incentives. So, yeah. 4 covers. I don't know. That's what he wanted. But
yeah,
no, it was pretty good. He's a big fan of the books. So, yeah, if IDW is ever in fear of physical comics dying out, my buddy Dog Gates, he'll come to the rescue.
Single-handedly.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, that's it. I think I did. I think I did pretty well this week.
Yeah, Yoshi, you usually put us to shame, and this week was no exception. All right, Jeremy, what did you get?
Not nearly as much. All I did was I got the Transformers Collectors Club magazine in the mail. It has stuff about the BotCon theme, a comic in there that kind of leads the story on what the box set figures are going to be. I went to my comic book shop, picked up Regeneration 1, number 98. Got the Guido cover. This, I don't really pick what covers they give me. I have my pull list, and I just, take what covers that they have in there for me. So I also got Robots in the Skies, number 26, and More Than Meets the Eye, 26, and they both ended up being the Casey covers.
Lucky
So
you.
I really like them both.
Thank you.
That's pretty much all I got this last week.
All right. So Yoshi, what did you get?
Well, I did something I wouldn't recommend or suggest to anybody because it could have gone really south for me. One of the comic book forums I frequent, one of the things I do every day is I just do a search for Transformers, and somebody posted a thing looking for a specific issue, and I replied back to them in a private message, and I said, I don't have that, but as a fellow Transformers fan, maybe you've got some of these back issues I'm looking for. And I specifically asked him if he had the original run of Transformers, just beat up copies, because I think it would be really cool. And I do have several beat up copies. I don't have the complete set in a beat up form, but it's one thing to say, you've got Transformers number 1 or Transformers 80, and maybe you've got it CGC'd or displayed in a way. It's a whole nother when you can actually hand the book to a buddy and be like, yeah, here it is. You can touch it, you can flip through it, you can read it if you want. And in the back of my head, I also have one of the old-time metal comic book spinning racks where I can put these older issues in. Anyways, this guy did have the entire run really beat up, he said, and for $40, I bought them, and he shipped them, and I picked them up today. It was such a casual conversation and interaction that it could have just been somebody that took my money and ran. But he shipped them. I haven't even opened up the box yet, but the box looks like it's got all 80 issues in it.
Nice.
That's very sweet.
Yeah, I've got the entire run, and pretty much all my copies are kind of beat up copies. So
see, I've got a mint run, and I've got almost all of them beat up, but I want to try and make sure I've got the whole thing beat up.
Okay, cool.
So that's my OCD for the day. What about you, Charles? What did you pick up this week?
Yeah, so I'm kind of completely redundant to everybody else. So I didn't get any toys, but I picked up a bunch of comics, pretty much the same comics that everyone else got. So, of course, Casey Coller, Robots in Disguise, number 26. I love this Prime versus Prime cover. So thank you, Casey, for drawing that.
Sure, man.
And
he did it just for you.
Had you in mind.
And if I'm hoping I can get to one of the conventions this year, and maybe if you're there, I'll get you to sign it. And
yeah, I'd be happy to.
Cool. I also was able to get the retailer incentive by Livio Ramondelli, so that's the Metroplex versus the Necro Titan, so that's pretty cool. And I also, like Darryl, I got the Revolutionary War Death's Head book. And yeah, it was nice to see. So I read some of the UK comics that featured Death's Head, but I didn't read any of Death's Head comics by himself, so I was pretty much lost on the story as well. But the art was great, and like Darryl, I think I'm not picking up any of the other Revolutionary War books, but looked cool. And like Jeremy, I also got the Collectors Club magazine. So, and my subscription runs out in March, so I got to re-up with the Collectors Club in March. So yeah, so just a comic book week for me. No toys this week.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and then
How I keep this podcast alive. Just going toys.
Darryl, you're carrying us all on your shoulders.
That's right. Financial burden I bear all on my own.
All right, so I think that'll wrap up our trips to the store segment. Thanks for watching if you're seeing this on YouTube. Thanks to our special guest, Casey Coller.
No problem.
One of our favorite cover artists for IDW's Transformers, and we're really happy that he was able to join us on this video segment too. And if you're listening to the podcast, we'll continue on with the rest of the show. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please check out the podcast. Casey was nice enough to do a nice, really long interview with us, and you should definitely check this out. You'll see links below in the description, and links to our podcast in general. And if you like what we're doing, of course, check us out and give us some reviews on iTunes and Stitcher, and give us some likes on Facebook, and all those links will be right down below. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good show.